Hi, everybody. Welcome to Network Connection. My name is Ronnie. Today I have the pleasure to talk with Chris Slipper. He is the owner of On the Bus. It's a special sales training, coaching, and consulting company located in New York. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Good, Ronnie. How are you? Thank you.
Oh, excellent. All right. I'm really excited to have you here today. So, Chris, tell us, what is it that you do?
So, On the Bus Sales Training, Coaching, and Consulting is just that. We're a coaching and consulting company, and we tend to work with business owners of $1 to $20 million companies that just feel a little stuck and aren't getting to where they want to go, or as we like to say, could use some traction. So they get on the bus and they get the jolt that they need. And we do that with monthly virtual meetings where we put them on a bus together with other owners, and they share challenges and opportunities, hold each other accountable, and kind of get them moving in the direction that they want to go in. And then we also have a parallel sales training business where we have weekly classes and events. And we don't just talk about stuff, we do stuff. Like, we don't just talk about getting more out of networking events, we teach people how to do it. And then we have a weekly networking event called VANG, Virtual Area Networking Group, that meets on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. And we don't talk about just doing trade shows. We teach people how to get more out of trade shows. We give them 2 classes prior, and then we have trade shows. We used to do it live, and then we switched to virtual, and then we offer a class afterwards to figure out what we can do to make them better. And they're terrific. I love our virtual trade shows, and we're never going back to live. They're wonderful, and we do them now quarterly. And
Wow,
that's the
that sounds
short answer.
incredible.
Thanks.
So let me kind of ask you a couple more questions about, the services and everything that you do, because it's very intriguing. And you and I talked earlier, and I did say that this is a very unique uh, approach, because you guys are really giving a wholesome solution for a lot of people's problems in business. So let's start with On the Bus. Is it like a legit bus?
Say it again.
Is it like a legit bus, or is it just a
No,
virtual
it
bus?
comes from the Jim Collins book, Good to Great, where he talks about having the right people in the right seats on the bus.
Gotcha.
And
That's
there's a musical inference there where, it's nice where people can say, are you on the bus? I'm on the bus, and
yeah,
that kind of stuff. So,
that's very cool. And so when you're doing so basically, if you have people that are already established, trying to work through kinks of little things in the company, or you people talk about more personal life, like what's really going in those meetings? Like, can you share a little bit?
so if you're talking about our virtual bus trips, I find that if the challenge that an owner brings to the table is too high up, like I need more business, they're
Mhm.
not going to get the right answers. If it's too far in the weeds, like what software should I use, they're not going to get the right answers. A friend of mine used to say, if you want better answers, ask better questions. And to help with that, every member gets a one-to-one with me prior to the meeting. So we make sure they're coming with the right challenge or opportunity. Lately, it has a lot to do with people, hiring, firing, that kind of stuff. It's always got to do with building the best team and how to do that. And I remind owners all the time, the less of you, the more it's worth. And
Yeah.
because many of the owners that come to me would like to sell their businesses, and we've done that successfully 40 times. So,
Very good. So how long have you been in business? When did you start this company?
so this company On the Bus started, we're in our 11th year. So it was New Year's Eve 2010. But I've been coaching entrepreneurs for decades. I used to invent for a living. I have a dozen different patented products, and we would
Really?
license them out and then teach people how to sell. And we would have sales team and teaching people how to do it and that kind of stuff. So I've been doing this a long time.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about the trade show. Can you maybe give us an example of some of the events that are, planned to have in the future, and what are some of the things you coach? Maybe give us a free tip.
Sure. So the virtual trade show is a lot of fun. So years and years ago, 2014, I had a member who said to me, "Oh, trade shows are no good. I'm not doing them anymore." And I kind of suggested, maybe it's not the show, maybe it's you, and I'll prove it
Mhm.
to you. And so I'm going to give you 2 classes, and then we're going to have a show, and then we'll have a follow-up class. And we did these live, and that was in 2014. We had 25 booths, 350 people. So it was a big success. Everybody got money. Everybody was happy. So we did it again the following year and the year after that. And we kept doing them. And soon we were up to twice a year. And we had two scheduled for 2020. We canceled the June one. And in December, I decided, you know what? I'm a small business leader. It is my job, my role to help people, right? Help small business owners. And by canceling our trade shows, that's not the answer. We need a solution, and we need to figure out how to do this virtually. So we looked at a lot of different platforms. A lot of people were trying to do it, and they were awful. And we figured out a way of using Zoom and doing this on a platform everyone's familiar with. And they've been great. We're about to do our third. It'll be our 10th trade show, our third virtual one. And there are booths, we have tech support rooms, we have presentation rooms, we have showrooms. There's so much going on. It's so exciting all at once. There's a big networking event at the end, and it pumps new life into the blood of entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
And everybody gets really excited before, during, and after. They're really terrific.
Very, very cool. So what kind of businesses are being, presented at the trade show, for example?
We don't really have a niche in terms of industry. Like, I'm not going to tell you it's all IT guys or all marketing guys. It's all small business owners. And we do get a few banks and things like that who sponsor the event, and it becomes pretty interesting on their side because they're showing the product. So this time, one of the big banks around me, M&T, has 3 presentation rooms. So they're going to have, they'll have 2 booths, one for consumers, one for B2B, and then 3 different presentation spots. So we'll also have a roofing company. Now that's very local because of the geographics of the roofing business, but they will also have some interesting talks on different options that you can do now, and materials, that kind of stuff. We've had companies that actually have their showroom there. They have somebody in their showroom on an iPhone showing different products. So they have both a booth and a showroom. It's fascinating to see how creative we've all gotten with this. And it's very real. You can see which booths are busy, which ones aren't. You can see which presentation rooms are busy. We've had yoga classes twice in these things. And you get to see people. This show, we're going to include lounges. So now there's a lounge in case you meet somebody in a room you want to talk to, but you don't want to stay in someone's booth. You can go to the lounge.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Very, very cool. That sounds incredible. So when is your next show? When is the next trade show?
June 2nd is our next one. And then the one after that, I think, is September 9th, and then December 4th. And then we're looking to go national. And I think we're going to start January, February in Boston. And then we're going to target Philly in probably April or May. And then we're looking somewhere middle America, could be Houston, we're thinking about, or St. Louis or somewhere like that. And then we'll do a national one.
Well, I'm inviting you to Houston. We're the best. So.
Okay. But the plan is to do one a month.
Very.
Our eventual plan is to franchise On the Bus and let the trade shows lead the way. Because we have a formula with our virtual networking groups, our classes that we offer, the workbook that we have. The workbook can also be a subscription with videos from the classes. We call that the strap hangers version. We're now on Audible. It's pretty exciting around here.
Very, very, very cool stuff, Mr. Lipper. So I promised it was going to be a short interview, and we kind of made it long, but it's okay. It was really, really, really interesting. So if anybody, wants to get on the bus, get some information, what's the best way to reach you?
Email chris@onthebus.biz. If I don't respond, I didn't get it. My phone number is 973-540-0444.
Perfect. All right. And also, everybody, you can see it behind Chris. There's a QR code. You can always scan it. And the other side of his screen, you have the workbook that he wrote. And make sure to visit his website and the trade show on June 2nd. I am very excited.
Good. I'll see you there. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.